everyone. Barbara Badolati here with BeWell Retreats and Macy Matarazzo.
Matarazzo.
I can hardly say Badolati, so
Yeah.
Matarazzo.
Mhm.
Just have to, say it a few times. So we're all here today to meditate with malas, and you may be an expert meditator. Maybe you use your mala beads, or you might be brand new and wondering what tools, what things can you use that will help you in your practice. So Macy and I just came together and we wanted to be able to share what we're using and hope that it enhances your practice as well. I am Barbara Badolati. I created BeWell Retreats this past year in 2020 and 2021. And this is basically just for people to be able to come together online as a community and to be able to learn and grow from the comfort and convenience of their own home. I got into yoga when I was in the fitness craze in the 1980s. And one thing kind of leads to the next, as we all know. And so I've been practicing yoga for many, many decades, as well as teaching for several decades. Had a couple of yoga studios and now teaching meditation. I'm on Insight Timer as one of the apps, and Be Meditation, and also working with a lot of companies and helping their employees too, which I've been doing for many decades as well. So Macy, I'm going to have you just share. I mean, you and I met at a coaching conference, and we've known each other for a good 6 years now and learned that we're both yoginis. And I would love for you to be able to share a little bit too about your business.
Thanks. Yeah. So happy to be here. Hi, everyone. My name is Macy Matarazzo, and I'm the creator of Get Super Loved, or the Super Love System. And I'm a relationship expert for singles. So I help the single woman who wants to have that love relationship, but it's not showing up, get past those barriers and emotional blocks that hold her back so that love can come in. And I've been doing this for the last 9 years, and I love this work, and I'm excited to share this tool today that I use all the time with clients and with myself.
Yeah, and it's a manifesting tool as well.
Yeah.
So I'm going to dive even deeper into that. And you're walking your talk, because you were like on the corporate ladder doing the thing that we all do. And some of us, it works, and then others not. But many times we're so focused on our career and other aspects of maybe our health and so on, and we may want that love, and that's what you experienced. And then finally you were like, I can do this. And in 3 months of working your own program, Larry showed up. And you've been married how long now?
Now we're going on our 9th year, and we've known each other for 10 years. So
yeah, and you're so perfect together. So thank you for being that model for me too.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah. So before we get started with the actual retreat, let's just take a moment, set our intentions. If you've got your guidebook or your journal, I always like to have your candle. If you have matches or a flameless candle, that works as well. Make sure you have something to drink throughout. Make sure you're comfortable. If you need to take your device somewhere else, Macy and I want you to be in a good place. So get in your good place and take a moment to, as you take those breaths, just transition from whatever was going on earlier today, which is also what Macy and I are doing. We're transitioning so that we're fully present for you here and now. And we invite you to do the same. So let your mind just release all the different thoughts and to-do list and everything that you've experienced, as well as anything that your mind might want you to think about in your future. And just let yourself know that you'll come back to it. But right now, you can be fully present with nice deep breaths. Maybe even sigh out. Drop the jaw, release the breath. And as you're in this present moment, heighten your sensations of how you feel physically. How do you feel? Can you feel the chair or whatever's underneath you? Maybe the floor or the bed or the sofa. Or maybe the floor your whole body is on. Maybe the sensations of the breath, cooling as it comes in and warm as it leaves. Is there anywhere in your body that could soften? Maybe your eyes, maybe the edges of your body can soften, or your belly. And then also notice, how do you feel emotionally or energetically? Just notice, not so much to judge or change. Just notice, how are you feeling emotionally? Nice deep breath. And then take a moment to be aware of your thoughts, how fast they're coming and going or slow, what you're thinking about. Perhaps thin those thoughts. Let them spread out and have more air. Nice deep breath. And bring the consciousness of the mind, all of your emotions, and your physical body. Let the consciousness bring all of these aspects of yourself into this present moment with an intention, or maybe even the awareness of your desire to be here. And perhaps you can coordinate mind and heart, that your intention is coming from this desire, from your heart and also your mind. And with the breath, connect all of that together. Whenever your intention is clear, or you have some idea of what you would like to receive, gently bring your eyes into light, colors, shapes around you. You can write down your intention, or even just light your candle as if you're igniting that intention. And take your time. And take another moment to complete this. Again, you can just bring it to the forefront of your mind. You can light your candle, you can write it down. Maybe have a sip of water or tea or whatever you're drinking. just writing our intention is powerful in itself. So Macy, I started doing this every evening. You know, I'm doing my gratitude, and now I started also writing my intention for the next day. Several intentions actually, and they're really simple too. There are things like a surprise or a special connection, and or being of service in a way that I didn't know I could be. Like little things like kind of vague, but then it's interesting at night when I go back and I read. Sure enough, I had like an amazing conversation with a neighbor who was gardening, you know, and just things that are just showing up because I think I'm actually writing down my intentions.
I love that. That's such a good practice.
Yeah. So all of you keep making, you know, Oprah talks a lot about intentions with Jerry Zuloff and seed of the soul. So do you want to share with us what this magical string of pearls is all about?
Yeah. So if you aren't familiar with a mala, this is an example of a mala right here.
One.
And that's another one. Yeah. So they can be made out of all different kinds of beads. These are, I think this is jade, but I'm not sure. Anyway, there's so much that goes along with this. This is an ancient sacred tool that you can use to count. So you'll see all of these beads, and then you'll see there's a big bead on the bottom. And in a mala, there's 108 beads. And then this bead is the bead that tells you you've come back around to the beginning again. So you always know that's where you start and that's where you finish. And this is called a guru bead. So what we're learning today is the meditation practice that you can do with a mala. And whether you have a mala or not, it's okay. It doesn't matter because we'll be doing this together. But it may be something that at the end of this class, you'd be interested in getting one and using this on a regular basis. I use it on a regular basis every night to connect to my intentions. And whether it's something I'm creating in my business or something I'm calling into my life, or just kind of general peace and comfort, you can use this to create anything. And so the way you use the mala with a mantra, so a mantra is a phrase that's affirming something you want to create, it's words. Then you'll repeat it 108 times when you use your mala. So today we're going to have an experience of that, but I just want to share some other little pieces about this that I find really fascinating. And one of them is the repetition. So repeating something over and over again is what creates those deeper grooves in our mind. That's one huge benefit of meditating with a mala. And when you have a mala and you know you're doing 108 repetitions, how amazing is that? If you're kind of randomly doing it, sometimes it's hard to keep going, or you start questioning, is that enough? Like this way, you just have a number. And 108 is a very powerful sacred number in so many ways. If you look it up, there's a lot of things that have 108. I think one of my favorites was that there are like 108 sort of like meridians coming off the heart, something like that. I mean, I'm probably screwed that up, but there's something around the heart that was really powerful. So it's a sacred number. And that's the first thing, the repetition. And what repetition does, especially when you're using a mantra or even sacred words. There's a lot of yoga practices that will repeat words in Sanskrit, which is a high vibration language. Also Hebrew is a high vibration language, and Gurmukhi is one that I use from my Kundalini yoga world. And that's also a high vibration language, but even in English, you can have phrases or words that create that too. English just tends to have more of an earth element to it.
Yeah. And I'm also, when you're kind of complete, I'm going to go ahead and share a little bit about mantra, because we just did a retreat on Saturday and it was all about mantra. So I'm going to share a bit about that too. And then I did pull up some things about 108, and it's also
see that
cycles and the patterns and, you know, so yeah. And there's like a lot of measurement too, as far as 108 miles around, you know, there's like a whole lot of significance. So yeah, it just goes on and on.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, so the repetition is a big part of this. And what happens in this, it's called japa tapa sanjam. And japa means repeat. So when you're using a mala, you're naturally doing what's called japa meditation. And that's just repeating a mantra over and over again. The japa and then the tapa is the fire. It's what's created when you repeat. It creates this like fire within you. And when you have the fire within you, then that creates the sanjam, which that means that it automatically starts repeating whether you're thinking about it or not. So if you've ever had like an earworm of a commercial or something, that's kind of like that, but it's working through you to create something amazing.
Yes. Do you do this too? I've got to share two things. One is when I do this, I wake up happy. I do my meditations at night primarily, as far as especially a specific practice like this. And it's like I wake up and I'm like, I'm just naturally happy. And then the other thing is that, like you said, that worm that's in you, like, even if I haven't chanted that mantra, I am still repeating it. It's like, why would I be repeating that? Well, because you're laying down those neuropeptides, those neuropathways, the neurotransmitters that are starting to create a new way of thinking. And when you have this new way of thinking and these new pathways that you've created, and then the mantra with the roof of the mouth and the meridians, like 108, and then the connecting to the heart, that's the miracles that start to happen.
Yeah.
That's what you were going to talk about, was like, when we were deciding on this retreat, you're like, miracles happen when you take your mala beads and you use mantra, which mantra is just mind, man, and tra is current. So it's the current that you're creating, whether you said whatever language it is.
Yes, it's so true. I love that. It's so amazing. And the other piece that there's just so many aspects to it that I love is that when you pick a mala or create one, I love making malas, so I make them all the time. But when you pick one, you can choose the stones. You're choosing stones that have a certain quality, so you're adding that to it. The other piece is, for each count, the tips of your fingers are touching the bead. So you then have the connection from the tips of your fingers, which connects to your mind. So that strengthens it even more. So whereas if you're repeating it and singing it, that's going to do something. But when you're repeating it and chanting or just speaking it over and over again and touching the fingers to the beads, then you're just reinforcing it even more.
And don't you think too, when we're in meditation, especially us Westerners, I know for me, I don't even know when, I just know there's times where my mind is like, are we done? how long is this going to go on? Or I've got something else to do, or, like that starts to get interrupted. And this keeps me like, nope, obviously we're not done. Just keep going. And it just kind of lets that part of my mind be like, this is not a conversation right now.
Yeah, it is really helpful. I find that I love it because doing a meditation with a mala doesn't take as long as you think it would take. And you can do that at any time during the day or at night. I always do it before I go to sleep. But if I'm wearing one, that's the other thing. They're really fun to wear. Then at any time, if I want to like sneak in around, I can.
Yep.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yes. And I do want to say too, I have this is a whole nother thing about how long you meditate. So obviously with the mala beads, you're going to be depending on how long your mantra or your wording is, but usually there's a rhythm, right? So it moves along. And if you do 3 minutes, which you're probably going to go longer with your mala beads, it affects the electromagnetic field of the body and the blood circulation. If you go 11 minutes into your mantra and this, you begin to change the nerves and the glandular system. 22 minutes balances the positive, negative, and neutral minds. We need all 3 of those minds out of what we call the 10 bodies of yoga. 31 minutes affects cells and rhythms of the body, breath, glands, and concentration. That's the other thing too, Macy, don't you think that you just keep your mind focused with this tool of this mala bead?
Oh, it's so much easier for me. I just love that I can do a round of that. And I know I've seen my life change so much every time I've been committed to it.
Does it matter how many days? Yeah, I know. And I've got, if you can do 40 days in a row, that's ideal. That's like building a muscle, right? If you're sporadic and you don't really have a commitment, it's like what we talked about earlier about intention. So 40 days, you'll start to embody new experiences and capabilities. You can go on from there. You could do 90, 120 days and so on. But we're challenging you to choose a mantra or some phrase. It could be even a word, love or whatever, but it needs to have that intention. And then stay with it for 40 days if you can. And Macy, I know you've got some dogs barking, but that's okay. Do you have a way that you have stayed disciplined in 40 days? Because I have not always made my 40 days.
Well, the way that I've done it in the past is that, I mean, especially when I committed to my first 40-day experience, was I made a chart. I just made a chart. I put the dates on there, and then I made it a habit to cross out the day. For me, that was something like that motivated me to make sure I did it. And then as I took on more and more like 40-day meditations, because I just liked having something in my day, I would just mark it on the calendar when it was 40 days out.
Ah, yeah. And for me, it always helps to be accountable to somebody else doing this as well.
That's a really good point. Yeah.
So yeah, I know for me, when I know that there's a group that's doing it or something, or my teacher or whatever, then I'm more disciplined. I think the other thing that you just said that was like, oh, I don't always have to do it at night, because sometimes I'm too tired or whatever. I could actually practice at any time. So one of the things with the retreats that we like you to know is like, we're the same as you. We have our times where we're like, oh, I'm at day 38, 2 more, but I think the thing we've seen is that we've seen the results of doing this. Like you wake up happy, for instance. That's enough right there for me.
Big one. Yep. Yeah. And how it just changes your resilience, your emotional well-being, and it's helped me really grow in my business and my life, because I just noticed that's what happened when I committed to doing this. So I trust that it's really helping me. And I do notice where I repeat mantras that I'm doing a practice like this with more just naturally during the day.
Yes. And it's like, for yoga or working out or anything, when you're, or eating really well, right? You feel really good. You're starting to really feel good. And then when you're not doing it, or you talk yourself out of going to aerobic class or whatever, after a while, you're like, oh, I'm really noticing that I don't feel good as well. Or you don't feel like going to yoga, and then you take the yoga class, and then afterwards you're like, oh my gosh, I felt so good. So I think is being aware of how you're feeling and asking yourself, what is missing? Or, oh, I'm feeling really good. That means I need to keep this up, or I need to change it. Maybe it's the time of day that you change it or whatever. So we just want to offer up some different ways of you being the authority of you to determine how you make this happen for yourself and how you benefit from it, noticing the results, maybe keeping a chart, maybe asking a friend to do this little challenge 40 days with you. Now you've got this tool to keep you guided and focused. And yeah, I think being able to assess and say, yeah, I noticed something. What did you notice? And how can you continue to make this part of your life? Because I think anything last year, it taught us a lot about, okay, we've got to create these internal tools and methods to get us through these stressful times.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So should we do one? Do you want me to put the board up, or do you want me to put music on, or what do you want to do?
I'll show you what I'll teach you the mantra that we're going to play with today, which is in English. So there's nothing to stress about there. And the mantra we're going to use is, how does it get any better than this? And this mantra comes from a body of work called Access Consciousness. And I love this mantra because what it does is, no matter what's going on in your life, it's inviting in the creative consciousness, the universe, divine, to up-level it, to take you to something greater. So for example, if you're having a hard day and you sit down to your meditation, when you do, how does it get any better than this? And the universe is going to contribute to your life to show you how it gets better. If you're having which may seem counterintuitive, right? Just have a bad day and go, oh, how does it get any better than this? It's a harder time to say that, but the choice for it is that it will open you up to a possibility for greater, and the universe can contribute to you.
Okay. So, because somebody put in the chat box, that seems like I would be facetious or sarcastic. Like, yeah,
sure. Right, exactly. So that's what's really cool about it. It's harder to use when you're having a hard day to go, how does it get any better than this? Now I'm so used to doing that, it doesn't even seem weird to me. But I remember when I was first hearing it, yeah, you're right. It felt like, well, I'm not going to do that. But it's so amazing what can happen. The reason why I love teaching this one is because no matter what you're feeling, that this meditation will create more. It will expand your world and give you the magic and miracles that you've been asking for.
And you don't have to know Sanskrit or another language.
Right. So that's why I like using this one. How does it get any better than this? On everything. So it elevates everything. And so we'll just repeat it together. And I will show you how I'm using the mala, just so if you have one, you can play with me. If not, And you get one later, you have a little information, but
if you don't, they can use their fingers, right?
if you don't, you could just go through your fingers and tap your fingers, or just meditate. It's fine. You can also just put your hands in your lap, or on your heart, or in Gyan Mudra, just pointer finger and thumb together on your knees. You can do whatever you want. So, but what I will be doing to help us count, so we do 108, is I'm resting this on my middle finger, just like that. And you can see the biggest bead is at the top, because that's where we're starting. We're starting from the beginning. And then you just take your thumb and you pull. So for each repetition, how does it get any better than this? Pull. How does it get any better than this? Pull. How does it get any better than this? Pull. And it becomes easier and easier. The traditional way is to try not to use this pointer finger. In some traditions, you just don't use the pointer finger to touch things. So,
so is there a way that you then use the tip of the middle finger and the thumb, or you just pull and
you're just hanging it on your middle finger and you're pulling with your thumb?
So that's the texture that's where you're feeling it with the tip.
Yeah. So, I mean, the touch in general is good.
Yeah.
So then you're pulling. So in my specific signature malas, I add a couple of slightly bigger beads that I call "You Go Girl" beads that help me help me to stay inspired. And sometimes that'll be a moment where I'm like, oh, okay, so I've achieved something, you know. So it just kind of, it's like,
we're so American.
So fun. Yeah. So so let's do this together. So getting comfortable in your seat. And I may guide us to use our voice in different ways. When you're speaking out loud in your full voice, you're speaking to the universe. When you're speaking in a whisper, you're speaking to that beloved, that partner. And it doesn't mean literally, but you're speaking to, it's more of an intimacy. And then when you're speaking mentally, just in your head, that's when you're speaking to your soul. So we're going to go from one voice to another every once in a while, just to add variety. But we will begin together. So just getting comfortable in your seat, taking a big deep breath. And let's begin. How does it get any better than this? 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 Now whisper, how does it get any better than this? 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 Now, mentally chanting in your head, how does it get any better than this? Keep the rhythm going. Back to a whisper. How does it get any better than this? 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 Now out loud, how does it get any better than this? 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 Only a couple more. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? Inhale. Holding your breath. Receiving from the creative consciousness all of the contributions of everything that can help you to create greater. Exhale, inhale deeply, opening your heart, lowering your barriers, opening your heart, lowering your barriers to receive more, receive the gifts, the miracles, the magic. Exhale. And inhale again and hold. Just perceiving the future you're creating as you ask for greater. How good does that feel? Exhale. And then just allowing your breath to come back to normal, but taking a moment to notice all of the just sensing and perceiving the coordination, the support, the magic and miracles that are awakening and beginning to simmer and come to you, through you, around you, and feeling the gratitude for this connection that your body gets to have through this choice of doing this practice. And then as you gently begin to come back into the space, when you're ready, open your eyes. How was that?
That was nice. Thank you. It went by fast
I was
too.
going to say, did it go by faster than you thought? It goes
Right.
by fast.
Yeah, it does.
And so that's what's really amazing about it. And, you know, I do want to say one more thing about this mantra. How does it get any better than this? Notice it doesn't get any better than this. A lot of people will say, oh, it doesn't get any better than this. How does it get any better than this is a very different message. So, every time you notice something not working out, someone cuts you off in traffic, how does it get any better than this? And then it has to.
Yes, I love that. Let's take a minute and I'm going to put some music on. And if people want to journal a little bit, and then let's take how does it get any better than this and embody it. And if you need a little bio break or anything, feel free to do that. Be sure and hydrate a little bit more too, because you're assimilating a lot, even though it may not seem like it. Thank you, Macy. That was fun. I've never
So
done.
glad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My dogs are going to bark any second now. So I'm going to mute.
Okay. Can you hear the music? Okay, I'm going to keep the music going. If you want to put your mala bead on your wrist or around your neck, we're just going to do some gentle movement. And I would invite you, I'm not going to talk a lot through the movement, rather for you to be able to move your body and recite that mantra. How does it get any better than this? And if you want, just thought of this, if you want to dance with your mala beads, you could do that too. So I'll let you find what works for you as far as this connection you have with this beautiful sacred tool called. Just find a nice, easy place to be. Take off your shoes or your socks. Just let your feet brush against carpet or the wood floors, or maybe you're outside on the grass, maybe on the earth. Kind of feel your feet, all those nerve endings on the soles of your feet. You roll your toes on the ground. Find that place where you can let your feet rest. Let love and energy to your feet, supporting you and holding you and keeping you balanced so you don't fall over. And then just soften your knees a little bit, let yourself bounce a little bit. Take your hands kind of massage down your legs, your knees, keep your bottom, maybe your lower back. Just some love and energy to your legs and your toes. Good. And then with your knees a little bit down, just make some. You can go in one direction, opposite direction, or maybe you want to just sway them, or do a big let yourself kind of move your body. Good. And then let all that from the kind of your hips down, just settle in. And then take a nice deep breath and let your arms float up. And as you exhale, let your arms flow down. Just do that a few times. Inhaling and exhaling. Maybe each time you can get taller. Maybe the rib cage expands. Maybe your hips move forward. Maybe you look up. How does it get better than this? Then you can roll maybe a little bit. Just let yourself flow. How does it get better than this? And exhaling and releasing. You can go all the way down to the ground if you want. Maybe it feels good just to kind of come halfway with arms and head dangling. How does it get better than this? One more. As you come to the top, repeat your mantra, or maybe just sway with your knees. Throw the clouds above you. How does it get better than this? How does it get better than this? Allow a little bit more freedom in your body. And your eyes can be just very soft. Taking them gently. Allow your feet to kind of move and explore your space. How does it get better than this? How does it get better than this? It's like you were floating on the breeze. Breeze of how it is better than this. Your body just move in its own way. Repeating that mantra, how is it better than this? As you're moving and you're repeating this mantra with each breath, your mala beads are infusing this energy. Connecting with your body, with your breath. Your mind is fully present. And find that still place. Just a place where you can just relax for a moment and be still. hands over your heart. If you want to sit back down, you just want to stand in Tadasana, mountain pose. Be with yourself right now, right here. What are you feeling? What do you notice? Who are you? There's significance with your intention. Will apply to this moment. And with this mantra, with those beautiful beads, how it is better? How can it be better than this? Know in your heart, in your mind and spirit, life is here for you, and it is better. It is yours to explore, and that you always have you. You always have you. Your human you and your spirit you. You have the universe, you have the earth underneath you. You have your spirit and all of your guides. So how does it get any better than this? Embrace that, envelop that. And place those beads in your hands and just hold your beads and give your mala beads blessings and love and appreciation. Each little bead, and all of it is one. And thank yourself, again, this consciousness that brought you to this place. Give yourself some love and appreciation for your commitment to yourself. And take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, relax your chin to your chest and just kind of move your chin around a little bit. Start to stretch out your neck. And as you move your chin around, start to open up and see through your eyelashes. Look around, just look at everything around you, colors, and oh my goodness, so many colors. Maybe light. Good. Thank all of that around you, your home or wherever you're at. Maybe the device that you were able to transmit through. Good. And either in the chat box or if you want to share, what is your commitment? Will you make a 40-day commitment? Do you like that mantra, or is there something else that you'll be using? There's a whole list of different mantras under Spirit Voyage, and I'll put it in the chat box. So Spirit Voyage is kind of like a musical radio, a radio station, if you will. And you can type in mantra for protection, health, prosperity, anything you need, and several different songs, like the one I was just playing, will come up and they will say the mantra, and then you can use it and repeat it. And most of them are 11 minutes or 31 minutes. So they're already queued for you to have 11 minutes or so to go through it and then to use your mala beads with it. So I'll put that resource in as well. And Macy, thank you, thank you, thank you. Do you have anything you want to say? We're going to give people how they can be in touch with you too.
Oh, that was just lovely. I love moving with it. And yeah, there's really no end to how we can use all of this stuff in our life. Felt good to move, felt good to infuse my intention with some how does it get any better than this too. So.
I love that. I never would have thought of that. I never thought about stringing words together like that. I've just done like maybe, you know, peace, love, joy, or something like that. Super simple. So thank you. It's almost like you can use an affirmation, right?
Yeah, that's what I do all the time. I mean, that's what I recommend. You know, if you're wanting more money, how can you do, you know, money flows easily to me. That's something fun. If you want love, you know, I feel love now, like any of the affirmations that you like or resonate with. And notice it didn't take very long. I'll do 3 different ones before I go to bed, and all around of 108 because it doesn't take that long.
Yeah. And I also, you know, when you said earlier about trusting, for me, I also recognize that this is thousands of years old, right? And so sometimes I don't have to know how, I just trust that this was created and has been living on for thousands of years through billions of souls and people, and just trusting that and letting the rest take care of itself.
And there's plenty of science around it actually being a proven thing for changing your brain. So that part alone, you notice you wake up happy. There is a habit of happiness, a habit. These are habits that we're creating in consciousness that support us to attract more in our life that matches that.
Yeah, Jessie, when we were doing the mantra meditation retreat, she noted a whole bunch of like science and journals and white papers and everything for depression. And I mean, the list went on and on, because you're changing your brain chemistry for one. And you're changing your consciousness, right? So not only physiologically are things changing and your biochemistry, but also your consciousness. Like, you can't say that with the mala beads and not start to believe it, you know, and change your thought patterns too. So even if it's like, how can it get any better than this? And it does, because nothing stays the same. So yeah. So you have so many offers, and I'll tell you what, you guys, I mean, sign up for Macy's e-letters, because you're always doing all kinds of really fun, cool things. That's one of the things I love about you. You just got like personality oozing out of you and everything. And so all of your like 30-day get-togethers and all the Facebook things that you have. And so do you have anything you want to share? Do you just want us to go to the website? I can put that in the chat box as well, which is Big Happy Love, or no, I'm sorry, Get Super Love.
GetSuperLove.com. You can go to my website and there's a lot of things there, but I do have a really fun new love vibe quiz that you can take to find out what your love vibe is actually saying. So we're actually tweaking it a little bit right now, but it's a good place to go and sort of just kind of do a little assessment. When you take the actual quiz, you're going to get a sense of, you know, where you are. If you're wanting to create a love relationship, this is something you need to know. You need to know kind of where you are.
I'm going to take that quiz. It's so interesting because I have the bliss quiz, right? So yeah, the quizzes are fun, and you don't know where you're going to go if you don't know where you're at. So
right. So it's lovevibequiz.com. Super easy. Lovevibequiz.com.
lovevibequiz.com. Okay, I'll put that in the chat as well. And if anybody wants to do a private customized yoga session with a personalized meditation, and what I do in that session is I record it, and then I also like a follow-up about a week later just to make sure you're doing well, or if you need a modification, or how are you being accountable with the meditation, that kind of thing. And that's normally $225, but for this month it's $185, and you can just go to my Candly link and schedule a session there, and that's how you pay as well. So Macy, I'm so grateful. I love being with you.
And I love this too. Thank you.
Yeah, it was great. Yes, and I love it. The sun is pouring in.
I know, the sun pouring in. It's just like there've been rainbows. There's just
I know,
so many beautiful patterns, so much light. Yeah.
Anyway, so thank you so much. And thank you everybody for being here or listening to the recording whenever you get a chance. And reach out to Macy and I, because we are here for you and we love you. So much bliss. Thank you, Macy. Do you have anything else?
No.
Okay, we'll see you soon.
Here. Bye, everyone.
Bye.